So, because those particles are too big for the body to eliminate, well, the lasers, what they do is basically cause micro explosions of the particles and break the pigment up into small little particles where the Pac-Man can come around and take it away. But this has to happen slowly over time. What Skin Deep does, the ideology of Skin Deep, it's the non-surgical intervention, prophylaxis against aging. All the things that you can do that we have medically that I screen all the BS out of it before it comes here into my facility, and we pick the things that work, the best machines that are available. We're updating and upgrading all the time, and we have the equipment that will help with the cellulite and laser hair that can be done on all types of skin now. All right?
And acne?
We have machines and lasers that take care of acne. Treat it if you have it. We help prevent it. Good skin care, because it starts from the skin and then works its way in. And we do laser hair, we do wrinkles, treat the fine lines and wrinkles. We have cosmeceuticals, we call it, because it's not, you don't go to Lancome and go buy what you can buy in a physician's office. You're not going to get the medicine that you need. It's more of a name, Estee Lauder. What it is that we have these chemicals that are physician strength. You have to get it through a physician. You have to get your prescription through a physician. You get it at the pharmacist, but you have to have a prescription. These are medical strength chemicals that will help treat the skin. So when people go to the cosmetic counter, they're going to buy all this stuff. You're wasting your money, because the FDA won't allow them to put anything of significance in that jar. You're buying a name.
800-859-0WJR if you have a question for Dr. Michael Gray. 800-859-0957. Let's go to the phone lines. Jerry has a question for the doctor. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Yourself?
I've got a question. My wife had implants, silicone implants, 20 to 25 years ago, and one of them over time seems a little harder than the other, and what is your suggestion? Should we look into having them looked at or removed, or?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I want you to know that one, water doesn't get hard when it's water, not ice, and silicone doesn't get hard. The space that's created in your body, you're not born with a space. That's a wound, and the body is slowly healing around a balloon. And when there's no more room around the balloon, it's hard. So there's things that we do in my office that we teach you how to prevent this. We prevent the healing. The implants, the breast, is the only place in the body where we don't want you to heal. But you have to have this knowledge to know what you need to do. So what happens is the space is closing, getting hard. It can just make the implants firm. It can make the implants firm and distorted. It can make the implants firm, distorted, and painful. Okay, but what we do is we treat the space. We create more space. But your implants are 20 or 30 years old. Back then, they didn't have the technology that they have now in chemistry. And just like if you have an oil stain on your shirt or lapel, you can use an oil solvent. You have a water-soluble stain, use a water solvent to remove the stain. Back then, they made the implants that were so close to the shells, were so close to the insides that it just disintegrated. So I would expect that the implant doesn't have a shell anymore to it. It's just a glob of silicone. Now, it's not going to hurt you or anything like that. It's not a medical emergency. There's nothing wrong. If your wife elects to get this fixed, we can fix it, but we'll have to replace those implants. Modern day implants don't do that. The technology is much more advanced now, so you don't have to replace your implants because it's 10 years. Back then, the implants, we learned over time that they dissolved the shell, and it was basically just a glob of silicone. There is no worry. The implant is invisible. The body doesn't know it's there. We go in, we'll create more space. We'll take that out and put a new implant in, and she's fine. If she wants that. It's all elective.
Sure.
Thank you, Jerry.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Let's go to George now, who has a question for Dr. Michael Gray of the Michigan Cosmetic Surgery Center. George?
Yeah, hi. I'm like a 60-year-old guy with...
So you're young.
We have a 60-year-old
60 is the new 40, right?
I have an apron.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you can do all those procedures. What I wanted to ask you, I had back surgery a while, so I wasn't really able to exercise, but I've lost about 40 pounds. I'm still in the more I lose, I guess the more my skin grows. So is it best to exercise and get yourself the best you can prior to having your...
Well, here's what's happening. First of all, you can't exercise in tightened skin. You can
I understand.
Right. You can burn calories away. So what happens? You had the skin, but the fat that's in the skin is going away as you're losing weight, and you had to provide skin to cover yourself. So now you have extra skin and you have a smaller body. The way it works is, I have to evaluate you to give you an opinion. It's really hard over.
No, I understand that.
But no, when you reach a certain point where you feel that you want to correct something, you don't have to reach your ideal body weight. Okay, and often that's impossible. Typically, what happens when you lose weight, it comes out of your face and breasts if you're a female, and face in males. So what happens is you destroy other parts of your body and make them look worse in doing what you're trying to achieve. Once you've reached a point where you're satisfied, or I can do a tummy tuck for you. Liposuction won't create extra skin. You have to have the extra skin hanging in the beginning to have extra skin. You follow me?
I follow you.
So you've had to have some sort of apron there in the you're just deflating. So you had to have this in order to have the extra skin, because people who don't have the apron, when they lose the weight, they don't get the apron. It has to be some remnants of that.
Right, I've gotten heavy, I'm trying to...
Right. And what it is maybe if I did the procedure for you now, and you can wait, maybe you'll be able to do more for yourself. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean we may need to tweak it or do something else in the future, but you decide at what point you're ready to do something, at what point you're ready for this, and then you do it.
Okay, and you can do like different areas at different times?
Absolutely. This is an ongoing process of change, and you just keep up with it. You do as much or as little as you want throughout your life. If certain things bother you, like for instance, I had LASIK. I just didn't want to wear my glasses anymore. I have new teeth. I just didn't like my teeth. So I just do different things. I do laser hair on my back because what? I don't want it. I'm tired of shaving it. I don't have that much, guys, but it's not the HB, but the hairy back. But I just don't want it. So I do things.
Well, I never really thought of it because of my wife was sort of in the same situation I was in. But my wife died, so now it's a whole different circumstances.
Right. A lot of people come in because their situation changed. They're not only in a different situation with the competitive market at work, but socially they're competitive now. They're single now. They want to find someone to spend the rest of their life with, and they want to look better for themselves and feel and live more.
I guess that's my circumstances.
George, thank you for your question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
It's 7:49 right now. We'll take a break and come back and wrap it up on the big story. Mary, Dan, stay right there. We'll be back with you. Dr. Michael Gray will answer your questions in just a moment here on News Talk 760 WJR. And welcome back to the big story. We have Dr. Michael Gray of the Michigan Cosmetic Surgery Center and Skin Deep Spa in studio to take your questions at 800-859-0WJR, 800-859-0957. Mary is on the line, and she's waiting to ask Dr. Michael Gray a question. Go ahead, Mary.
Yes, hi. I have a 7-year-old daughter who has recently become very self-conscious of her prominent ears, and I'm wondering at what age is it appropriate to consider ear pinning, and what does that involve, I guess specifically in terms of recovery?
7 is the age, actually.
Okay.
Once she starts getting teased in school, that's it. She's done. There's nothing you can do about it. If she's mature enough to undergo the procedure, she can have it. It's not really a big deal. The cartilage in the ear has a certain shape to it, and basically we just make it fold properly. And we can do this with the cup behind the ear, which catches the sound, as well as the pin, it's called. Just make the fold and make the cup less so the ears sit closer, more naturally to the head. This is a big problem with kids and even young men. They don't take off their shirt in gym because they have gynecomastia, or male moobs, or moobs you guys call it. Mm-hmm. It's male breasts. But at the young age when they start getting harassed in school is when you got to jump on it, because that cannot go on. It's going to affect them psychologically.
Right. Well, she's not at the age where anyone has said anything to her, but, we try to wear her hair down and,
she's conscious about
things
it.
like that. But yes,
someone
exactly.
said
She's
something
noticed
to her.
it, so.
No, if she's conscious about it, someone said something to her. You follow me?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not, but people could be mean. But it's a fairly simple procedure.
So in terms of recovery, is it something we should schedule, in the summer months when she's not in school? Is it going to be something that works quickly?
There's not much recovery. I just have you be very careful afterwards for the first 3 weeks. I don't really want you participating in sports. If, she can go do it on Friday, back to work the next day, or go to school and do schoolwork on Monday. I'd want her not to do swimming or contact sports or anything like that. The stitch is dissolved. Nothing needs to come out. It could be done in the local. You don't have to be asleep for it. It's whatever she's mentally capable of doing.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mary. Dwayne is on the line and has a question for Dr. Michael Gray of the Michigan Cosmetic Surgery Center. Dwayne?
Yes. Doctor, I'm an older gentleman, and I've lost a little weight, several pounds, and then in my face, I look like I have more lines under the eyes. Look like my cheeks have went down, and now I have a lot of bags under the eyes, and some of it from sleep deprivation. So I wonder what could be done about that.
Well, that's called doing your eyes. The bag is actually fat, so we basically pluck the fat out. If the skin's hanging over the edge of the orbit where the eyelid attaches, then that's extra skin, and we have to remove the extra skin. We could do that with lasers, too. Laser can help tighten the skin. The CO2 laser is the best. The extra skin, you have to decide if you want to do the liquid facelift. Basically, we do fillers in the face to fend off a facelift for the future. That's what people do around the chin and laugh lines. We can also be more aggressive and do a facelift or a mini facelift for you that just takes care of the jowls. Really, you can be as aggressive as you want depending on what bothers you. But this is one example, Lloyd, where you try to lose weight, but things always change. It's not the same as it was before. You start losing weight, it comes out of your face in males. And, when I looked skinnier in my photos, I was doing my six-pack. I was getting my six-pack. But, to get that, my face was suffering from it, so I had to stop. So I told you in the last show, I stopped, I gained some weight back, and I just leaned to the side, numbed it up, and I just did my waist, and I'm very happy with it. And I do it again. You can't diet a spot away; it'll affect other areas. What we do is that's where liposuction comes in. It attacks the spot that bothers you, doesn't affect other areas. So now you've lost weight, you're happier with your abdomen. Now you got to do something about your face, or women, their face and breasts.
Yeah.
Things change.
Are these procedures learned several? Is this done over several procedures, or it can be done once?
No, it can be done all together. I mean, certainly I'm going to stop you if I think you're going crazy. With it, I'll do it over time. This is elective. My first goal is to make sure that you're safe. I don't care as much as little as you want to do. It's whatever you want to do, but safety is first. Period.
Okay.
And it can be done on a lunchtime. If you do want to do like the liquid facelift, that's done within 5 minutes.
And you can see results that quick?
Yeah. The results with all surgical procedures are immediate. Fillers are immediate.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Dwayne. Doctor, we're almost out of time. And, I had a person ask me to ask you a question, and they said, could you ask Dr. Michael Gray if the Octomom really had some collagen or something shot in her lips? She says she didn't. But
she did, and she's not going to admit it because she's going to receive social turmoil from everyone in the world if she admits to it. So where did she get? So she's spending money on herself, not her kids. So absolutely. You can see it if you look at her lips, they're uneven. And my daughter just texts me, Ariana, that I'm corny. I don't think I'm corny.
No, I don't think so.
Technology.
Your dad is pretty cool, Ariana.
Yeah.
He is.
She just doesn't know that yet.
Dr. Michael Gray, thank you so much for coming back in. I really appreciate it. Okay. The Michigan Cosmetic Surgery Center and Skin Deep Spa, located at 6635 Daly Road, West Bloomfield, just one light west of Orchard Lake Road off of Maple. You can call 248-538-3333 for an appointment or consultation. And if you would like to go to the web, it is anewyou.com. Thank you for listening to The Biggest Hour on Detroit Radio. My producer, Rosanna Kelly, engineer tonight, Rob Vlasic. I'm Lloyd Jackson. I'll see you here tomorrow night. And remember, if it's big news, it's on The Big Story.
Talking about what matters to you. Catch it live on News Talk 760 WJR AM. And stay up to date online at WJR.com.